Oh,
It does seem a
oh.
little dark. It does seem a little dark. That's
It looks
okay, though.
great, dude. We look amazing, actually.
We'll try this out.
You look so much smaller than me.
Welcome to Stupid School. I'm your stupid professor. As promised, we have episode 1. We're really going to break it down. Oh, also, I forgot to mention, it's also Cool School. That's why I got this cool cigarette hat. What's your hat say?
Newport. From Newport News, Virginia.
Nice.
Can you believe that there's a town called Newport News?
That sounds like it should be more of a newspaper than a town.
There's also a restaurant called John's My Daddy's Place.
Here with me, we have Carl. And I want to talk to you about something that's really been bothering me as
really
of
been
late.
digging in your butt lately.
It's been digging in my butt lately. Because I want to understand, but it's like every time that I try, it's like these people are speaking Chinese.
Well, think about it like this.
Wait, let me ask the question.
You need to leave.
Ladies and gentlemen, the content that you're viewing is a product of its time. A different era, as it were. Much of the material might be considered controversial or outdated or even offensive to modern audiences. But it's presented here in its original form. Now, Stupid School doesn't condone or endorse the attitudes depicted, of course, obviously. It was a different time. You know, America was still trying to figure out who exactly we are. It's presented here as is, as a part of the historical and cultural record. And most importantly, I obviously can't be held responsible for any of that. It was from the past. And so here I am in the present. We've grown. We've learned a lot. You know, we're always learning. Let me ask the question. You've done a fair amount of research into like what things make your body run according to its design versus gumming up the works and causing you to become a slave to a messed up, dysfunctional machine world.
Yeah, I have over 50 bookmarked tweets about just such a thing.
That's incredible.
In my bookmarks, yep.
Yeah.
Yes. Protein, fats, carbs.
Okay.
Now, we need all three. Everything kind of falls into one of those categories as far as scientists have explored.
Okay, all right.
Now, PUFAs is what's called polyunsaturated fatty acids. PUFA.
Is it bad or is it good?
They're natural, and they are there. They're out there. What the problem is that the ratio is off over the last 100 years. So, like, think of there's also something about like genetics, where you grew up and your geography, and it over the course of dozens of generations affecting the way that your body processes things. And so there's different people process different things and eat different foods traditionally according to their heritage and their lineage and their dotage.
Whoa, whoa, whoa.
Picture it this way: in our species, the American white is not supposed to. Is usually we probably would have a very small percentage of our normal daily diet made up of PUFA.
Okay.
Made up of polyunsaturated fatty acids, as opposed to like saturated fats. You know what saturation is? It's like saturation, oversaturation, undersaturated, polyunsaturated. All right.
Okay.
So saturated fats, example of those would be like butter, milk.
Those
fat,
are saturated.
Which is butter, ghee, which
These
is
are
also
saturated.
kind of like butter. Yeah, beef tallow and like olive oil and stuff like that is usually high in the saturated fat ratio. Okay. Now, naturally occurring polyunsaturated fats fatty acids are in like peanuts and nuts and seeds and fish.
Okay.
And like cold water fish and stuff like that. So it's not like they're chemically like created in a lab. However, our bodies are used to having a small percentage in comparison to the saturated fats that we take. But what has happened over the last 100 years or so is people talk about seed oils. People talk about
I was going to ask you about that.
they're synonymous. Essentially, they mean the same thing. Seed oils is just kind of like an umbrella term for all of these different things that generally fall into the polyunsaturated fatty acid or like high linoleic acid.
Guys, sometimes this happens. At Stupid School, we make mistakes. One of the things that my brother and I didn't cover was the list of seed oils that we're talking about. Now, this is by no means an exhaustive list, but it covers a lot of the bases, the stuff that you'll commonly see in the goy slop, in the grocery aisles, all of them, by the way. It's like a needle in a haystack finding something made with avocado oil or, I don't know, something that's not one of these. Soybean, canola, aka rapeseed. Does that sound like something you want to be eating? Look. Corn oil, sunflower oil, safflower oil, cottonseed, grapeseed, not to be confused with rapeseed, rice bran, peanut oil, sesame oil, flaxseed, aka linseed. They thought they could get away with trying to confuse us and giving it two different names. Not gonna happen.
The difference between these things and what they do to you is the difference between like hibernation and lean summertime high vitality.
Now we're talking. By the way, you've gone from failing because you were using too big of words. You now at like a C minus, which is great. We're moving up. When you say hibernation, I think of a big fat bear.
Fuzzy bear.
A big fat fuzzy bear. But I don't want to be big and fat and fuzzy anymore. PUFAs are going to tell your body it's hibernation time. It's going to make you into a big fat sleepy bear.
Yeah, and what's happening there is, here's some big words, it's going to slow down your metabolism such that your body is sending signals hormonally to like not use all of the energy that you're taking in. So you take in food and it becomes energy. Your body makes a decision on whether or not that energy is going to be used or stored as potential.
Interesting.
Fat is just potential energy.
It's batteries. Your body's stocking up on a bunch of D batteries.
So think about a bear, a big fuzzy wuzzy bear in the wintertime when he knows for a fact he's not going to get very much or any food.
Yeah.
He loads up on salmon before, like in the fall and the summer, whatever, loads up on salmon, builds up a store of energy, and then he goes into a cave all winter, and that energy slowly burns off.
Yeah.
And then in the springtime, he's lean and comes out and gets berries and stuff like that, carbohydrates and all of that kind of stuff. So if you're the only problem with humans is that they eat the same things all the time, and we don't live very seasonally anymore. But also, we're just not meant for like that. The level of you can go into all the conspiracies and all of the history that made it this way, but regardless of what that actual story is, we have our typical diet is like wildly disproportionate with PUFAs over top and above saturated fats. Probably we eat too much fat in general.
Okay.
But the fat that we're eating is bad. Generally, is going to be promoting that what they call torpor, which is sleepy, low metabolism.
Yeah, I'm seeing something here too that says linoleic acid could possibly cause inflammation. What's the deal with inflammation? Why would your body have a way to cause itself to feel bad?
Think about whenever you roll your ankle. You're a big sports head. Back whenever you used to play baseball, professional baseball in high school, and he would break his ankle every day.
Every game.
And what would happen to it?
It would become swole.
It would become swollen. And so the natural use for inflammation in your body is to send more blood to the area to repair the thing. Your body's doing something on purpose. Your body is sending more good guys to go repair the site.
Okay.
So if it's a short-term thing, temporary and incidental, it does its job, and then over the course of a few days or a few weeks, the job is done, and then it's been repaired, and the inflammation goes away. But what we're doing with the high PUFA diets is it's putting our body on a cellular level, as in like all of our cells are screaming out because they're inflamed, but it's like sending inflammation signals all over your body all the time chronically. It's not just a temporary thing with an end.
So, for a person who is just getting started on this and doesn't want to take on the world to fix themselves, what do you think could be a way to just make like a significant improvement without having to read every single label all the time? Is there a rule of thumb for a guy to cut down on the thing that's slowing him down?
I'll break it down for you. It's really easy. You don't have to read anything at all. You trust your gut. And you look at the person who's telling you the information, you in your head, you believe your nose. You sniff, you smell, even if it's through a video screen, you smell him and you see if he passes the sniff test. If you feel like you can trust this person, then you just listen to what they say and just believe it. And then whether it's right or wrong doesn't matter, because you're placebo pilling yourself. Intuitively, if you are not perceiving behind your logical executive functioning side of your brain, if you're not perceiving that the vitalism movement is more trustworthy than the scientific papers and studies and modern like food science and nutritionists, if you're not just on a primal level perceiving,
then I don't know what to tell you, buddy.
Then I don't know what to tell you. I mean, you can train that, but I'm just saying, like, you really don't have to do that much research. You could literally just listen. If you can just look at the high vitality people and the people who are preaching the gospel of high energy, high metabolism, use more, get more. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Abundance mindset. It's all related. It's
the Matthew principle.
What happens in here does manifest. It's not like a new agey thing. It literally does manifest outwardly. Like your attitude about things, if you have generally a mindset of abundance, that there's always more pie. You can make more pies. It's not there's not a finite nature to the things in life. If you want more energy, you have to use more energy. If you want to stop being like if you want to be more confident with girls or friends or getting up on stage, you have to use the mustard seed of confidence that you do have in order to grow your confidence.
Okay, that's
If you
fire.
don't have faith, you have to use the little bit of faith that you have and say, I want to believe, help me believe. Right?
Yeah, it's really the difference too. Everything goes back to a biblical parable. It's like if you have something and you say, I'm going to put it on the line to convert it into more of that thing and to grow it. Like a seed falls and is buried, and then it grows a plant that produces more fruits, which produce more seeds. It's willingly undergoing that cycle. Whereas the tree that says, this is my last seed, I don't want to lose it, well then the seed will die, but not to avail anything. Or the parable of the talents, the one guy who had the least was like, well, I don't want to lose what I have. And then he didn't grow it, and he was scorned by the master.
This is why you'll find me at the roulette table 4 nights a week.
Yeah, and that's good.
4 days a week, actually. I go on my lunch break.
Yeah, gambling is an abundance mindset, which we're for. So please go ahead and like the video. Drop it in the comments. What do you think we could do? What do you think? What do you think old Professor Jus could do? Rate my professor. Rate my professor with a T. Go ahead and rate my professor in the comments. Colin, today you get an A.
You should have gold stars.
I'm going to give you a gold star for that one. That's a great idea.
Next episode, we're going to be talking about Naruto and how it's changed a generation of young boys from being gay to being based what is it called?
Self-efficacy.
Self-efficacious.
Yeah.
I can do anything, even if everyone hates me and is against me. It
That's
doesn't
cool.
matter. Type.
So Naruto's good. That deserves its own episode.
Yeah, Naruto's good, actually.
I told you guys in episode 0, if you haven't seen it, go back and check. It's the intro video that my brother knows about Asian cartoons more than anybody that I know. He could be a Chinese cartoonist in another life.
That's right. I was. I actually inspired to be that.
He inspired to be that. All right. Well, thanks for having you on. Guys, Saved by the Bell.
Ned's declassified. Justin's declassified.
Justin's
school survival
declassified.
guide,
School for stupid school survival guide.
Thanks for having me. This was awesome.
Yeah, thanks for having
We're
you.
gonna
This
go
was
grab
really
a bite
good.
to eat.
Go have a bite to eat. Let me know how much you win.